Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Great to be with you. Oh, man. Too bad you can't hear.
Blue shirt.
It is blue, isn't it? Too bad you can't hear some of that off-air commentary. Maybe you don't want to hear it. How you doing? It's nice to be with you. I trust you're doing well. And 4th of July's coming up. Gary's going to tell you about the metric ton of hot dogs, burgers, fries, and all those wonderful foods that we consume on 4th of July that end up being like firecrackers in your gastrointestinal tract. If you get my meaning. All the potato salad.
Did you see that Oscar Mayer is running a new ad saying they're not putting any type of additives into their meat?
Okay. Good luck.
Yeah, I think it's a little too late. So were you putting additives in there before? Now we're just going to take them out. Yeah.
Yeah. Forget how we were, how all those toxins that were in the stuff before. We're doing better now. Find out how many tons of hot dogs are. And grilling will be a big deal this 4th of July. That's wonderful. I love grilling. I love grilled food. If you go to my website and read my 2 articles on grilling, you're going to hate me. Aromatic cyclic amines, pH, and this and that, all these different. I'll reference that in a moment. I don't want to spoil. Maybe I shouldn't spoil 4th of July for people. What's the matter with me?
150 million hot dogs will be consumed on 4th of July.
150 million. 150 million of anything is a lot. I wonder how many pounds that is. I mean, that's got to be I wonder how many those dump trucks, the rock haulers that you see up in your neck of the woods.
Ugh.
I wonder how many of those you would fill up. I wonder. See if you can get the number of pounds. How many pounds of hot dog? How much beef? How many hamburgers? Burgers. They call them hamburger, not ham. It's beef. I'm just curious. Potato salad. These foods they taste great, man. They're wonderful. They taste great, and grilling is great. And I guess eating them on 4th of July, if that were the only day, it would be fine. Life is to be enjoyed, and we pick our moments, and we commit our. I'm a great believer in committing nutritional sin strategically. Don't hand me a donut, please.
Okay, 70 hot dogs weighs approximately 15 pounds.
Okay, do the math. There's your homework.
There you go.
Go do your math. I will not eat the donut, but if I sit down to dinner and you serve up a nice double chocolate layer cake, Italian layer cake, I'll eat it. I'll commit that nutritional sin. Won't do it a lot, but I'll do it from time. Donut? No, I'm not doing that. Let's go to Vitamin Discount Center in Temple Terrace, Florida. Holy cow. That, VDC, they're one of the many health stores in the Tampa Bay area. We got so many. Vitamin Discount Center is pretty special. And Sophia's the manager, and I've known her for years. I've spent a few dollars in your store.
Yes, you have.
I've made more. It's like making mortgage payments when I go in there.
Principal and interest.
Hi, Sophia. Happy 4th of July. Thanks for calling today.
How are you?
I'm doing okay, kiddo. I'm doing all right.
Good. Okay, so you ready for this number?
Yeah.
150 million numbers of hot dogs eaten on the 4th of July, according to the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council.
Wait a minute. There's a national hot dog and sausage council?
I know. But hey,
they drive around an Oscar Wiener mobile.
I wonder.
The funny part says the vegan. Okay.
Yeah, there's probably no vegans on that council.
No, I don't think so.
I wonder who's on that council. There is such an outfit, huh?
Yeah, there is. There is. Uh-huh.
The sausage lobby in Washington. And that's what they're doing there, too. It's like making sausage. It's ugly.
Oh, my goodness.
How you doing?
I'm wonderful.
How's your store?
The store is doing good. Thank you.
You know, I go into a lot of health stores. When I walk into your store, there's always a great vibe in there. It smells good in there. You got customers in there all the time. I can hardly talk to you because you're busy.
Yeah.
You've been doing, how many years you've been working in that store?
Ooh, I think we're going on 7 years.
Oh,
here.
for heaven's sake.
Yeah.
It's been that long.
It has, Doc. And you want to know something? I've got the best customers in the world. We all know each other by name, you know, and it's a family. It's more of a family.
Well, you make it that way.
Yeah.
Listen, right now it's very popular for people to shop online. I'm one of them. I'm one of Amazon's good customers, and I get it. But you know what? What I've learned is that, and I've been doing some research over the last month. I've looked at a number of survey retail studies. I have found that the data are these. 1, consumers prefer to shop in brick and mortar stores.
Yes.
90% of consumers want to shop in brick and mortar stores.
That's so good to hear.
When you Pew did a study with online and e-commerce shoppers, they were strictly they favored that. When they surveyed them, they found that 65% of online shoppers prefer to shop in brick and mortar stores.
Mm-hmm.
And do you want to know what the driving factor is for people to make their decision about whether to shop online or shop in a brick and mortar store? You know what it is?
Is it face-to-face communication?
That's part of it. Price.
Yes.
Even online shoppers say they'll compare online with brick and mortar. Whichever's cheaper, that's where they'll go.
Yeah.
And so your name of your company is what?
Vitamin Discount Center.
What's the middle word?
Discount.
Thank you very much.
That's our middle name.
I know there's a lot of small stores that are doing 4th of July sales too.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you go into one, usually they're this time of year they have sales for 4th of July. So.
And we have a lot of great companies here in the Tampa Bay area. Abby's. I've known Abby for years. She probably doesn't even know I'm mentioning her store.
But you personally know her.
I know her.
Yes.
You got GNC here. You got Vitamin Shop. You got Nutrition Smart. And so on. You know what?
Ada Zink in Georgia, one of our favorite guys.
You know, we embrace all you wonderful retail stores. You're the connection to the customer.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
Doctor, I wanted to know if you would take a few minutes today and talk to people about grilling and the health
all right.
risks that
I will.
to them.
Now, I'll make them upset. They'll get mad at me.
They need to know.
All right.
Know?
I'll mention it.
Okay.
Thank you very much. And I want to wish you and your family the best and have a wonderful 4th of July. You're a credit to the industry. I know how much you love your job, man.
I do.
I know you do. You're very dedicated, and your company's lucky to have you.
Oh, thank you, Doc.
Thank you for calling us.
Okay.
When we
Bye-bye.
come back, I want to tell you about a client that I was working with yesterday. And given my topic of the show and what this individual revealed to me, he was very honest. And it's illustrative of how difficult it is for people to change their relationship with food. And he's a wonderful man. I'll share it with you. I won't tell you his name. I won't even tell you. I don't want to give anything away that you could guess who it is. I sat there, and it's not my first. I've seen this movie before. I want to share it with you. The life of a consultant.
I'm Joy McCarthy, holistic nutritionist, and I expect more from my multivitamin. I've researched many vitamins, and what's truly different about Every Woman's One Daily from New Chapter is that it's fermented with probiotics and whole foods and gentle even on an empty stomach. Every Woman's One Daily helps you feel good every day, giving you immune, energy, and stress support, and nutrients for bone and heart health. You will notice a difference. Every Woman's One Daily recently won the Best Multivitamin Award, and I love that it's non-GMO project verified. Discover the wisdom of nature with New Chapter.
Whether you spend your free time on a treadmill, under a car, or in your garden, if your active lifestyle leaves you sore, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce may be exactly what you need. Inflammaforce has a natural herb blend that acts as an anti-inflammatory to help maintain healthy joint and mobility support. There are standardized herbs like white willow, boswellia, turmeric, ginger, and devil's claw. The vegetarian capsule promotes easy digestion and a fast-acting dissolve process. Inflammaforce includes a proprietary enzyme herbal blend full of antioxidants and flavonoids that target pain and inflammation throughout the body. Body Vigor's Inflammaforce contains ingredients that support normal, healthy joint flexibility and function, builds healthy tissue, and helps with your recovery process. So if you're tired of sore joints and inflamed muscles, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce is your answer. Purchase Inflammaforce exclusively on Amazon.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition, wherever and however you may be listening or watching the show, and whatever you may be doing. My guest today will be Dominique Ostrander. Bring her along in a moment. I wanted to share with you, I was working with a client yesterday, and hair all over the, and I got a haircut for tomorrow. And he came to me, and he had some labs done, and I looked at his labs before I met with him, and he was in pretty good shape. I mean, it was a pretty good report. A little low in testosterone, cholesterol was a little high, but for the most part, it was a good report. And he wanted to talk to me about supplements. The outfit that did the consultation with him to get the blood test and all that were trying to sell him a bunch of supplements. His vitamin D levels were low, and they were selling all these different supplements. And he came to me and asked me if I could help him, and I said, sure, I'll consult with you. And I went through it, and I said, these are the things I would keep in mind if I were you. I can't practice medicine and give medical advice. And I suggested what the literature shows as to what certain supplements may do for certain things, and then he has to make that choice. And then I asked him about his diet. And he's 50-some years old, mid-50s, and he eats red meat about 5 days a week. He told me he has not eaten a salad in years. He hates to eat a salad. He doesn't like that. He likes only a few vegetables. Didn't even mention any fruit to me. Drinks a lot of sodas. And I'm amazed, and so is he, that his blood test, his blood panels came back as good as they did. And he said that when he was growing up, they were poor, and his mom didn't have the money to buy food, and they ended up eating a lot of mac and cheese and whatnot, vegetables, salads, and no. And I said, so you grew up in a place where gravy is a beverage? And he said, yes. It was in the South. And I said, so far so good. But as time goes on, if you continue to eat this way, you're going to put your health at risk. Eating red meat 5 days a week and grilling a couple or three of those days, grilling the meat, grilling it. Now, I've reported on, again, do I think meat should be banned? Absolutely not. Do I think people should eat fish and red meat that's quality if once in a while, work it into your diet? And he said to me, it's fine. He said to me, when I said, what does your plate look like at dinner? He said, usually there's a big piece of meat on it and some vegetables on the side. I said, so the vegetables are an afterthought? He said, yes. And I said, do you think you can change? Do you think I could get you to eat a salad? He said, I don't think so. He said, I hate it. I said, you hate it? What do you hate about eating a salad? He said, it looks like the stuff we would throw in a garbage bag and put in a dumpster. I swear to you, that's what he said to me. I'm paraphrasing. That's almost a quote. I said, really? He said, it looks like grass, like grass clippings and stuff. I said, really? I said, why do you think and feel that way about vegetables? He said, I'm not sure. He said, but I can't even stand to put that stuff in my mouth. I said, why? He said, I don't like the way it tastes. I don't like the way it smells. I said, are there any vegetables that you like to eat? He said, yes. And we started to go down the list. There are a few. And I mentioned sweet potatoes. He said, oh, I love sweet potatoes. I said, there's a start. He likes corn. He likes green beans. Right? So I'm going to work with him. And little by little, maybe, just maybe, I can get him to start to introduce one food, vegetable at a time. We're going to work on it. He's willing. He said, I want to try because I realize this isn't good for me. And he said, I buy good meat. It's organic. It's, whatnot. These fillets, he says, very expensive and this and that. I said, I get that. I said, I understand. I said, but 5 days a week, man. I don't know. My point is this. He's aware of his relationship with food. That's why he came to me. He understands that he's at risk, even though he had a good blood test. And he thanked me profusely for spending time with him. And I said, we'll work at it. We'll take our time. We'll look for a small win here and there. I said, but this relationship has been with you since childhood. You're 50-some years old. Hard to change that relationship. Not easy. And he's not alone. All right. That's the kind of work I do, besides this show and working with clients and trying to help people in that way. And, he said, I know this is a good blood test, but reading between the lines, he was also saying to me, but I realize that this is probably foolish, what I'm doing, even though he said, I love it. He said, I love to eat meat. I love it. I look forward to it. Okay. Come back. Dominique Ostrander is my guest. Our relationship with food is very powerful. Boy, oh boy. For better and for worse. In sickness and in health. Our relationship with food.
Feel better fast in every way. Take
Calm. When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace, for healthy sleep naturally.
So let's talk nutrition. Thanks for tuning in today. Computer's giving me a fit here today. My God. Technology. Yeah, it's a blessing and a curse. My guest is Dominique Ostrander. She's an educator for Jarrow Formulas. She's a regular guest on Let's Talk Nutrition. Enjoy having her on. And she's been in this business a long time and has a lot of practical experience in the background and training in the arena. Her master's degree, I have to ask her exactly what that was, what the degree was awarded to her. She's mentioned it. And I always implicate her in what we're doing around here and find out what's going on at Jarrow Formulas. Happy 4th of July, Dominique. It's great to have you back on. What was your master's degree in?
In exercise science.
Okay.
And I specialized in cardiac rehabilitation.
Okay. Well, you weren't for wanting of work.
Right?
Right. I mean,
exactly. It was actually, it was funny because I always felt like it was a little ahead of its time. When I was doing cardiac rehab, it certainly wasn't, heart disease was prevalent, but not like it is now.
Yeah, it's there, number one, cause of death.
Mm-hmm.
Do you and your family do a lot of grilling?
No. It's on occasion. It's more of an event. It's like we're going to have a barbecue, and then it becomes an event. So it's not anything that we grill meat 3 times a week, 4 times a week. I don't eat meat, so it's...
Yeah. Did you hear my comment
husband.
about that client I was working with yesterday who eats meat 5 days a week?
I literally went, oh my God.
He has not eaten a salad probably in 20 or 30 years.
But his comments about it being or appearing as though it was the garbage that they used to take out.
Yeah, he said, this is the stuff you throw away.
Exactly. And so our associations with food are so powerful. Our memories, our relationship with food, the fact that he grew up poor, the fact that he probably grew up, and there's something very rewarding about having that piece of meat on his plate.
The way he talked about it,
I can afford this.
Uh-huh.
It's so personal and so intimate.
You're right. You're right.
I'm sure it's very hard for him to describe and really unravel it enough to understand it, why he feels the way he feels, why he makes the choices that he makes.
He almost talked about it, in Mongolia, that's a pastoral society, and meat is revered. The cattle are revered. Before they slaughter the cattle, they pray over the cattle, and they pray. I kid you not. I had a medical anthropologist on my show one time, and she did work in Mongolia, and I ended up talking with her. Medical anthropologists that's an interesting job. And she lived there and worked there and did her research and published her articles about that particular culture. And it was like he was a Mongolian. It was like he spoke of it with reverence. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. That's exactly what I got when you were describing his story, that it was something that was so honored and it was something that he could do now after where he's been and what he's experienced and now. So it's this, whatever he's got attached to it. And so, like anything, right, we can't change what we don't acknowledge. So you really have to do the work in order to figure out why we make the choices that we make.
Mm-hmm. And he said to me, what was interesting, what I respect about this man is that he's willing, he didn't get, he wasn't, how can I put it, hostile or, he listened to what I had to say. Of course, my style is I don't try to force people to do anything. And I explained to him, I said, so far so good, but I don't think eating meat 5 days a week like you're doing, even though he said it's very expensive. He said it's not the cheap meat that we ate as kids that my mom bought.
And again, even furthering the kind of reward, look at where I was, look at where I am now, signaling I've made it, I don't have to have my life doesn't look anything like that other than, maybe having the same kind of poor diet choices, but, I'm not doing anything like it was in the past. My life doesn't look anything like that. What I put on my plate doesn't look anything like what I had when I was a kid.
Yesterday I was on, and in the second hour I did the theme of diet and disease, and the day before I focused on that too, and I made the comment that diet is the leading cause of chronic diseases. And people, when I got off air, a couple of people who listened to the show asked me about that. And they said, I thought I heard you say that heart disease was the leading cause of death. I said, as a disease, yeah. I said, but when you create the causal chain, diet is the first variable. It is the diet that led to the heart disease that causes, your early death and all the trouble that you have. It's the diet that leads to cancer. It's the diet that, the disease is always mentioned as the cause of death. But when you create the causal chain, most of the variance for that disease is accounted for by diet. That is remarkable. I'm not the only one that thinks and feels that way. Dr. Michael Greger, Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn, and others take the same approach. Neil Barnard, Dr. Barnard, Colin Campbell, Dr. Campbell, and many others. Diet is the leading cause of death in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
And
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you, and I agree with the other doctors. It's the one thing we do several times a day.
Yeah.
And you have to do it. Like you can't go without eating. You can go without smoking. You can go without alcohol. You can go without drugs, but you can't go without eating.
Right. You can't go without water, but you have to eat. And people eat for different reasons. And, to satisfy hunger, for enjoyment, for social event. Our food is implicated in our lives in intricate and inextricable ways, to the point where we even lose sight of that, right? And
absolutely.
And if you're eating in an unhealthy way, and you're doing that several times a day, not a good idea. I'm just saying. I notice you have some, going to your website, by the way, if you're watching the show, behind me you now see Jarrow Formula's banner, because we have a green screen. Thanks to my producer, Gary. So we can put a Jarrow. You see the Jarrow sign up behind me? Yeah. Thank you, Gary.
You're welcome.
Jarrow Formulas thanks you as well. We come back. Is there a difference between animal proteins and plant proteins? If so, is it a big difference?
Don't be stressed out or anxious. Take Hempanol, the only raw CO2 hemp extract available. It's 100%.
Whether you spend your free time on a treadmill, under a car, or in your garden, if your active lifestyle leaves you sore, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce may be exactly what you need. Inflammaforce has a natural herb blend that acts as an anti-inflammatory to help maintain healthy joint and mobility support. There are standardized herbs like white willow, boswellia, turmeric, ginger, and devil's claw. The vegetarian capsule promotes easy digestion and a fast-acting dissolve process. Inflammaforce includes a proprietary enzyme herbal blend full of antioxidants and flavonoids that target pain and inflammation throughout the body. Body Vigor's Inflammaforce contains ingredients that support normal, healthy joint flexibility and function, builds healthy tissue, and helps with your recovery process. So if you're tired of sore joints and inflamed muscles, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce is your answer. Purchase Inflammaforce exclusively on Amazon.com.
It's time to live digestively with the #1 high-potency probiotic, Ultimate Flora. Because with 50 billion live cultures inside you, life feels a little lighter, a little livelier, a little more you. No matter where life takes you, live digestively with Ultimate Flora probiotics from Renew Life. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. #1 probiotic brand with 15 billion or more cultures based on annual sales. How can a sweet little fruit gummy help you live digestively? Ultimate Flora Probiotic Gummies put the ultimate natural digestive support to work inside you to help you feel a little lighter, a little more you. And if raspberry lemonade's a little more you, feel bubbly in a good way with Ultimate Flora Probiotic Fizzy Drink Mix. Ultimate Flora Probiotic Gummies and Fizzy Drink Mix. 2 great ways to live digestively, deliciously. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Feeling tired after your meal? Occasional gas, bloating, or indigestion at inopportune times? You may have an enzyme deficiency. Did you know that many common digestive discomforts can be caused by poor digestion? When food isn't completely digested, it begins to ferment in the digestive tract, which may cause uncomfortable symptoms. Digest Gold, America's #1 selling enzyme product, offers unparalleled support for your digestive needs. It contains exclusive blends of enzymes optimized to be 3 times stronger and work more than 6 times faster than other leading digestive supplements. With just 1 capsule per meal, Digest Gold offers support to break down carbohydrates, fats, fiber, and protein. Enzymedica products are all natural, vegetarian, contain absolutely no fillers, and are vegan and kosher when possible. You'll find Digest Gold and other Enzymedica products at fine health food stores near you. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Want to get at the core issues that make weight loss so difficult? Try PGX from Natural Factors. This revolutionary product is clinically shown to help people achieve their ideal body weight in a safe, natural way. PGX helps you feel full for hours, dramatically reduces the glycemic index of any food or meal, and ultimately causes the release of the compounds that achieve 2 important goals in weight loss. 1, telling your brain that you're satisfied so you eat less, and 2, improving the action of the hormone insulin. As medical doctor Mark Hyman said in his best-selling book, Eat Fat, Get Thin, if you choose to use only one supplement, PGX is the most important. If you've ever tried to lose weight and failed, you need the tremendous support of PGX from Natural Factors. For more information on making your weight loss dream a near effortless reality, visit pgx.com.
Still looking for your fountain of youth? It's Zinnia. Look no further than the beauty aisle of your favorite health and nutrition store. Zinnia is the newest product from Form Essentials, the brand that brought you solace. So you know it's filled with the highest quality ingredients. Many cosmetic products only treat topically, while Zinnia addresses aging and hair loss from within. Formulated to support the growth of radiant hair, skin, and nails, Zinnia is sure to help you turn back the hands of time and assist you in aging gracefully. Zinnia provides a spectrum of key vitamins and other evidence-based natural ingredients such as alpha-lipoic acid, biotin, and collagen and elastin peptides, all combined in one capsule for your convenience. By promoting beauty from the inside out, you're strengthening your cells and creating a lasting enhancement to your natural beauty. Zinnia fits into your daily routine and can be taken to boost your current cosmetic products. Available now at leading health and nutrition stores. Ask for Zinnia by name. Start taking Zinnia hair, skin, and nails today and get ready to look amazing. Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Natural Factors, where great health begins. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. A. Vogel, Europe's leading brand of herbal medicine. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for tuning in today. Dominique Ostrander is my guest on the show. And Dominique, I went to your website, to jarrowformulas.com, and I noticed I saw plant proteins listed in the products now.
Mm-hmm.
This is interesting. Are these new to the repertoire?
No, we had our optimal plant protein for quite a while, and that our optimal plant protein is a complete vegetarian protein source.
Mm-hmm.
But then we just recently added new organic plant proteins, and they're in 3 different flavors, in a mocha, vanilla spice, and a salted caramel.
Okay.
And, our newest pumpkin seed protein. That's brand new. That launched in the last couple of weeks. We had it a while ago, and then we reformulated it and came back with it.
I've never had pumpkin seed protein. Is there something unique about that protein that we need to know?
Other than it being a certified organic pumpkin seed protein, it's a great source of protein for people that want something other than a soy protein or a whey, or that are sensitive. So it's great for people that have gastrointestinal issues towards other proteins.
Is it a complete protein? Does it have all of the amino acids that we need?
That's a very good question.
If you know.
That's a very good question.
Do you
Actually,
happen to have?
Yes, it does.
It does.
It does, yes.
So
People don't think about that when they think about.
That's one of the reasons why people they wrongly believe that they won't buy an animal protein powdered product because they believe it's incomplete and it's deficient. That's not true, is it?
No, not at all.
All right, let's back it up again. So you have how many now plant protein products in the repertoire?
Well, we have, it'll be 5 total.
5
total. And that includes like the variations as far as flavors go.
Mm-hmm. Now, you also have whey protein in your supplement repertoire as well.
We do. We have our whey protein, which we've had for a very long time. But again, a lot of people are sensitive to whey. And I noticed from being on the sales floor that people are just not wanting whey proteins anymore. They really are going towards plant proteins.
This is interesting. That's a shift. That's an important shift in consumer buying behavior relative to protein powders, which is one of the largest. Are protein powdered products one of the largest selling products in the natural products industry?
It was great. It's funny you bring that up because recently, when I started doing newer trainings where I've updated, I was feeling the need to give a background on what's going on in our industry. And according to a lot of new publications and what is the most popular supplements in our industry and growing at astronomical rates is actually hair, skin, and nails, believe it or not.
Hair, skin, and nail products are leading the product sales.
They are.
I'm not
Hair,
surprised.
skin, and nails. And then probiotics are the next ones leading in our industry. But yeah, it's
protein powdered products in the top 5.
It is weight loss and protein supplements, they would all fall in that category.
Now, I'm trying to do this in a rhetorically sensitive way. No pun intended. If somebody would you perceive any risk in a person consuming protein powdered products? Do you think there's any health risk for people, whether it be plant or whey? Any health risk that come to mind that you might think? You know me better, right? You know me better. You know when I ask a question like that, I have something on my mind, right?
Yeah, it's quite loaded, right?
Pretty much. What kind of shells I have in that gun there, Gary?
Right, exactly. Okay, well.
All right, let me share. Go ahead. No, answer the question if you can.
Okay. So, a health risk, could there be sensitivities, digestive sensitivities? Yeah. Could there be a possibility of too much protein because people tend to be a little crazy on the amount of protein they think they need?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where I'm going with it. I don't know where you're going with it.
All right. There was a study. Once upon a time, there was a study, telling a little tale. nursery rhyme. Once upon a time, there was a study that was done. Watch Gary react to this. There were 6,000 men and women over the age of 50 from across the United States, and they were tracked for 18 years. Okay? Not 18 days, not 18 weeks, not 18 months. 18 years they tracked them. And those under the age of 65 who consumed a high protein diet, I mean, they were taking a carload of protein. Those people had are you ready, 75% increase in overall mortality and a 4-fold increase in dying from cancer. What kind of protein do you think they were eating?
Animal protein.
Ding, 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 ding. And it wasn't protein powdered products.
Of course not.
It was meat. Now, again, it doesn't have to be that way. Eating meat once in a while is just fine, in my opinion. Eating it 5 days a week, like my client from yesterday, that's 20 times a month, is not a good idea. And it's the thing that occupies most of your plate. You wouldn't think that protein would be a risk. In that context or in that fashion, it is. So it's all about, context, trying to understand the complete picture. Sometimes things aren't so black and white. That's what makes life interesting. We come back. We're going to talk to Dominique about, go back to these plant protein products that they have. I took a look at them. The ingredients are pretty good, and I know Jarrow formulas. They don't chintz on the raw materials or on the way they make stuff. That I know. You are listening to Let's Talk Nutrition, where we try to speak truth to power.
To the show.
Hey, there you go. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Caught myself on camera, didn't even realize I was on. Great to be with you. Thanks for dialing in today. We made it through the end of the week, but to the end of the week, and as I often say, we're not at the end of our rope. Not yet.
With our new high definition cameras.
I know, man. We got a green screen. If you're watching, you can now see the Jarrow formula sign behind us. And we'll be adding credits to the show at some point in time so that you can see all the wonderful people that are involved in this show. And Dominique Ostrander is my guest today. And I was on their website visiting, and I noticed that they have some plant protein products. This is interesting. This is a trend that I've noticed in the natural products industry. 5 years ago or so, you wouldn't have found this many plant protein-based products in powdered form. You wouldn't. Now it's a very prominent product theme in the industry. Interesting. One might ask, why is that? These companies are in business to do what?
Make money.
Save humanity? Maybe. Some are really ideally driven. They got to make money. They do have to make money. So why would they make that shift? There was a day you couldn't get people to eat a plant protein product at gunpoint. They say, shoot me. I'm not eating it. I'm not going to make a protein shake with that. No, thank you. Now, you got these companies such as Jarrow Formula making these plant protein products. Let me ask somebody who works for the company. Why is that, Miss Ostrander? Welcome to the show.
Well, because people are steering away from animal protein. And besides that, a lot of people are recognizing the benefits of plant proteins, of plants in general, more so than we ever have before. When we always said eat your vegetables, but now it's different. Now it's like eat your cruciferous vegetables because they're high in sulforaphane. We didn't say that 10 years ago. So things are becoming more well-known. We know that plant proteins are much easier to digest. They have far-reaching health benefits over animal proteins. So it makes sense.
In 2016, in the Journal of the American Medical Association, there was a study published, the title of which was Association of Animal and Plant Protein Intake with All-Cause and Cause-Specific Mortality. I remember reporting on this study, and I want to read the conclusion, and then I'll quote it, and then I want, if I could, get a response from you, all right?
Okay.
Quote, this is from the study. High animal protein intake was positively associated with cardiovascular mortality, and high plant protein intake was inversely associated with all-cause and cardiovascular mortality, especially among individuals with at least one lifestyle risk factor. Substitution of plant protein for animal protein, especially that from processed red meat, was associated with lower mortality, suggesting the importance of protein source, close quote. Your thoughts about that quote?
Well, read me the last part of that, the last sentence again.
Okay. Substitution of plant protein for animal protein, especially that from processed red meat, was associated with lower mortality, suggesting the importance of protein source.
Exactly. And I think that that's what we've come to know. I think we've come to know that you can have adequate protein, actually better sources of protein from plants than you can from animal proteins, because plant proteins now, like Jarrow Formula's plant protein powders, are a complete source of protein. where you're getting all of your amino acids. You're getting, and a lot of times you're getting better digestion because animal sources of protein for a lot of people are very hard to digest.
Gary was showing your plant protein products up on the screen. Could you take the? I see them there it's on a carousel, so it keeps shifting. Could you talk about the kind of protein? Are the same plant sources used in all three products? How many plant proteins? I see 1, 2. Is there 3 new ones now? 3 different flavors or something?
Right, exactly. And so in the new plant proteins, which are organic plant proteins, so everything in it is organic.
All right.
It's a blend of a pea protein, quinoa powder, the Sasha Inchi protein, organic sunflower protein, organic hemp, organic koi seed, and there is sweetened with stevia in there. And then in the new organic plant proteins, there's 18 grams of protein in 1 scoop.
That's good. Now, Gary's showing the whole repertoire of protein products. You all have more protein powdered products than I have since.
I think it's just the flavors. And the optimal plant protein was our original plant protein. It's been a huge seller. It tastes great. And I think that was part of the issue that you had mentioned. I think when you would mention plant proteins, they would immediately think maybe like a rice protein, for example.
But it doesn't have any wheat or gluten.
What's that, Gary?
It doesn't have no wheat or gluten or soybeans in it as a protein too, which is
no dairy, no egg, no fish, no shellfish, no peanuts, no tree nuts.
So they're completely suitable for vegans.
Yeah, I see that. No wheat, no gluten. Have you all found with the company that people who take whey protein products, and you sell quite a few of them, are you creating new plant protein customers, or are people that use whey shifting, or is it a combination of both?
I think it's a combination of both, actually. Because I know from being in the stores, and when people are looking for proteins, and my husband, Doug, who is an amazing part of my team, he introduces customers to our new plant proteins all the time and has converted them from their typical whey protein over to plants.
I saw him the other day.
Oh, yeah?
Did he tell you?
I think so.
I saw him in Sprouts.
Oh, yes, he did. He did mention that.
He was standing there doing a demonstration.
Exactly. He's a rock star.
He was also trying to sell Jarrow products, but I'm just kidding. I had to keep interrupting him. He kept talking to the sales girl. No, I'm just causing trouble.
That's okay.
He wouldn't do that. He's such a nice guy, man.
He is.
You know, he's a good guy. You can tell. Yeah, I bumped into him. There's a new Sprouts here in Tampa. Brand new. It's a beautiful store, by the way.
Yeah, we have 3 in the area now.
Wow. Whole Foods, Vitamin Discount Center, Abby's, Nutrition Smart. Do you service a lot of those stores?
Every single one of them.
How many different chains or stores are in the Tampa Bay area? Do you know? Health stores? How many
individual stores, not actually.
I mean, different companies. How many different health?
Oh my gosh.
There's Vitamin Discount Center, Sprouts, Whole Foods, bunch of them, huh?
Right, Nutrition Smart, Vitamin Shop. I'm not sure, but then we're talking about different. So we have Earth Origins, Richards.
Yeah, so many. Good for the consumer.
At At Country Life Vitamins, we've been helping people.
Percent of men experience erectile dysfunction and benign prostatic hyperplasia. If you've had challenges with virility, sexual health, or low energy, Body Vigor's Alpha Extension may be the answer for you. Body Vigor's Alpha Extension can help revitalize your alpha male and extend your love. Our formula is one of the highest quality nutraceuticals available, formulated to support the processes involved in promoting a healthy male sex drive, energy, and stamina. Alpha Extension has 2 powerful herbal blends, Virilla Max, which focuses on male sexual health, and T-Pump Activator, which helps balance your testosterone levels. Revitalize your alpha male with Body Vigor's Alpha Extension, exclusively available on Amazon.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition.
You can reach us at 877-897-8255. That's 877-897-8255. But if you haven't reached out yet, you can also reach out through us through our new app. You can go to the Apple Store or even your Google Play and download the Let's Talk Nutrition app, where you can get, not only can you get a discount when you go online to Vitamin Discount Centers by entering the code GARCO, you can also contact us and follow us on our older shows and watch them on your phone now. I mean, we are a handheld society. Why not, right? We got an app.
Absolutely. How much discount will they get?
$5 off a $35 purchase right now.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, that covers your shipping, right?
Or do they do free shipping?
I think some stuff they do free shipping on.
It's pretty good. Dominique, welcome back. So you, when you're working in the stores, do people ask you about protein and what protein? I mean, what are some of their concerns with protein, and why? And who's buying these kind of protein products? These powdered protein, plant proteins, for example, or whey, all the ones that you have. What's going on with the consumer relative to these kinds of products?
It's literally every age that's buying the proteins. It's young people, I would say in their 20s, moms, dads, people that were, clearly at the gym a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The elderly, really. I mean, there's been a lot of, when I say elderly, I mean, older populations buying protein powders, looking for supplementation of protein, and not meat sources. They want a plant protein. They're specifically seeking out plant proteins.
This is interesting.
You know, Doc, I've been doing a lot of gym visits for LTN and Vitamin Discount Centers, and one of the things everybody asks about, no matter where we go, if it's either one of the cardio gyms like Orange Theory or Crunch, they always ask about protein. The difference between the isolate and the whey.
Yeah. And it's that, that's, I think a lot of that has to do with what has happened in our culture with marketing, and has made protein at the top of the minds of people. Protein is one of the macronutrients. Then there are carbohydrate, and then there are fats. And there's only 3 macronutrients, 3 primary forms of food that we eat. That's it. And I think that the idea of eating protein has been promoted, marketed so heavily that people think if I just eat enough protein, everything else is going to be okay. Have I misrepresented that?
I don't think so. I think that people think, a lot of times, I'll tell you what I come across is people thinking just because I eat protein, I'm going to lose weight.
Oh, please, thank you. Please illuminate that falsehood.
Okay. Well, because the bottom line is that protein is 4 calories versus 9 calories from fat, right? So
4 calories per gram. 4 calories per gram.
I'm sorry, yes, per gram. I'm sorry, I'm not completing my thought. So the problem is that people think that, well, if I just eat protein, that somehow I'm going to drop all this weight. So there is truth somehow interwoven in that, like if you're not eating enough protein or enough in general, will you have the metabolism that you need to have? Your metabolism might slow down. You might not maintain whatever muscle you actually have. But it all boils down to calories in, calories out. Whether they're protein, whether they're carbohydrates, whether they're refined sugars, whatever it is. So I get that all the time.
And people don't realize that if you consume more protein calories than you burn, those protein calories get turned into the F word.
Right. Your body will store that. I mean, it's excess fat in your body, regardless of where the calories are coming from.
We'll store it as fat. Absolutely. And people say, I can't get fat on protein. Really? Yes, you can.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you can. Give us a call, please.
You can reach us at 877-897-8255. It's 877-897-8255.
I'm always reluctant to share these kinds of this kind of insight. It's been, and I'm referring to a comment and an article that Dr. Michael Greger wrote. I referred to it yesterday, and it bears repeating. It's been estimated that a typical Western diet, in that kind of eating, up to about 12 grams of protein can escape digestion when it reaches the large intestine or the colon. When it does that, it gets there and it can be turned into toxic substances such as ammonia. The degradation of these undigested proteins in the colon is called putrefaction. So if you're eating like my client yesterday, who eats meat, red meat, 5 days a week, you can imagine what's going on in his large intestine. Putrefaction process can be toxic and associated with serious disease in the colon. Come back, I'll tell you more.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering. You're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement, or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace for healthy sleep naturally.
Did you know that 7 in 10 people have digestive issues? It's no wonder, really. When you take a closer look at what's inside, you'll see that our intestinal environment is similar to a lush garden, a flourishing biodiversity comprised of healthy gut flora. Flora that we depend upon for our health and well-being. Stress, over-sanitization, over-processed foods, and the overuse of antibiotics have clear-cut our guts, leaving our tummies feeling, well, not great. You see, what we have done by killing off the gut flora is damage the soil of our inner gardens. With damaged soil, nothing can really grow or flourish, and disease starts to set in. But we will let you in on a little secret. Fermentation makes all the difference. You know that bloated feeling you can get when taking a vegan protein? Oh, come on. We know you know. Almost all of us get it. That feeling comes from a natural protective casing that surrounds grains and legumes. Because this casing acts as a natural defense mechanism to prevent the grain or legume from being digested, the result is gas and bloating as it passes through our digestive tract. This is where the magic of fermentation comes in. Only fermentation breaks down this casing, freeing the nutrients for absorption by your body. Not only that, but it amplifies the existing nutrients. This means you are getting all the available nutrients from your protein. But there's more. Remember our garden that we clear cut? Well, fermentation, when done right, actually restores that biodiversity of flora. Fermentation naturally replenishes the soil in our garden. Can your protein powder do all that? Well, ours can. Fermented Vegan Proteins Plus by Genuine Health. 7 plant-based sources for a complete amino acid profile. No bloating, maximizes protein and nutrient absorption, and strengthens your gut health. Gluten-free, soy-free, dairy-free, non-GMO, and 100% vegan. Try some today. Your gut will thank you. Genuine Health is possible.
Hi. Dominique, welcome back. This business of, and I don't want to mislead people, what I referred to was the eating of meat to get the protein and how putrefaction occurs. In fairness, and in sort of an ironic way too, Jarrow Formula's whey protein products, whey comes from milk, I think there's that just doesn't happen, I do not think, and would be a better option to get your protein rather than, like my client yesterday who told me he eats 5 days a week red meat, 5 days a week, week in and week out.
But is he doing that for protein? Like, is he literally having the thought process, I need protein, so therefore I'm going to get it in red meat? Because I didn't get that from what you were saying.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing it, one, because he likes it, two, because he thinks that that's an important nutritional element to get. And, yes, I mean, for enjoyment
so
and for...
occur to him for, like, eating chicken, for example?
He'll do turkey. That. He'll have that a couple, he'll have chicken or fish interspersed a couple of days a week. But most of it is meat, red meat. He will eat chicken, he will eat fish from time to time. So could you talk about the whey protein products that you have that are very good? I've used many of them over the years, in fairness to whey.
Well, definitely. Well, we have a regular whey protein, not an isolate, but we have a regular whey protein. We have a virgin whey protein isolate. We have a grass-fed whey protein. So we have a variety, and they come in natural flavor, which is no flavor actually, and so it can be added to anything so it becomes whatever flavor you add it to. We have it in chocolate, and we have it in vanilla. We also have something called Slim Whey, which is a whey protein, but it also has Garcinia in it. So, and that can be a meal replacement. It can help you with cravings because it has our Garcinia cambogia in it. So before we were going to break, you were talking about the putrefaction process of eating excess meat.
Yeah.
And I wanted to address that in terms of colon health and people that have diets that are high in animal protein.
Yes.
And have a higher incidence of colon cancer, and how important it is to rethink the foods that they're putting in their body in terms of animal proteins.
Okay. So, and your point is that?
My point is, think about having other sources of protein on a regular basis, because there are people literally that eat meat 2 and 3 times a day. They have some part of meat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, day in and day out.
You're supposed to have protein it's recommended to eat protein with every meal.
Correct. For blood sugar stabilization and, to keep your lean body mass ratio better. But at the same time, it doesn't have to be animal sources of protein.
So you're recommending that people vary the type of protein that they're eating between plant and animal.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it becomes harder because a lot of people are like, well, I hear this, I don't want a plant protein shake for dinner. I get that. I do get that. But there are there are sources of protein in other foods. People, for example, not that I'm advocating, I'm not a huge pasta advocate, but there is protein.
What's wrong with pasta? Why don't you like pasta?
Well, I think with all the genetically engineered wheat that we have, I think it shouldn't be something that we should be having in large amounts.
Really?
In moderation, like everything else, it's amazing and wonderful and great.
Okay, we'll come back to that. I took you off your point. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
There is protein in pasta. There is protein in beans, in legumes. Excellent source of protein. And when you put it with rice, when you do black beans and rice, for example, you are creating the perfect protein.
I eat black beans and rice all the time.
Mm-hmm. There are different sources that I think that people just need to open up their mind to, as far as there are different grains, quinoa, amaranth. There's all different kinds of grains that have protein.
People get habituated to eating certain foods, and it's very hard to get them to get people to change their dietary habits. To tell somebody, well, you need to eat a variety of different proteins. They probably most of the time don't even know what you mean by that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think it's good that you bring this up. Well, how would you tell a client to do this? Somebody that doesn't know the difference between plant protein, animal protein, the different kinds of plant proteins, and so on. How would you instruct them as a consultant to go about doing that? They might say to you, well, do you mean I need to eat eggs and meat and milk and different foods? They would probably say something like that.
Mm-hmm. Right. So, I'm a huge advocate of eggs. Honestly, I think eggs are one of the most perfect foods we have. Same thing with sunflower seeds. So it is increasing variety in their diets for sure. It is increasing, opening their eyes to different sources of food. A lot of people would never think to eat nothing but a plate of roasted vegetables for dinner, maybe with, some, like you and me, we know, like pecorino cheese or something like that. People would never think to do that. They would think, well, I need meat to have with that. But in actuality, you don't, especially if you've had adequate protein the rest of your day. You don't necessarily have to have that protein with that meal. You could have, if you had a protein shake, let's say at 4 p.m, and you had a good source of protein at lunch and at breakfast, so for dinner,
we'll find out.
Are you waking up each day to the life you have to live?
Sports injury flaring up. Is your body aching from the daily wear and tear at work? Body Vigor's Joint Ready keeps you at the ready for any joint pain that gets out of line. Unfortunately, as we age, joint pain becomes more common. Body Vigor's Joint Ready can help provide relief so you can continue to go about your day. Our formula contains sulfated forms of glucosamine and chondroitin. Studies show that these sulfated forms are more effective than regular glucosamine bound to hydrochloride. Joint Ready promotes a healthy inflammatory response, facilitates cartilage synthesis, and provides additional antioxidants. Keep your joints at the ready with Body Vigor's Joint Ready, exclusively on Amazon.com.
Here's the LTN health question of the day. Earlier in the show, my guest referred to how many calories there are per gram of protein. Okay? So, how many calories per gram are there when it comes to protein? 2, 4, or 6? How many calories per gram are there? How many calories per 1 gram of protein? 2 calories per gram of protein? 4 calories? Or 6? Give us a call.
You can reach us at 877-897-8255. That's 877-897-8255.
Let's go to North Wales. Al, welcome to the show. Great to have you on.
Thank you, Doctor. I listen to your show religiously every single day. I love the show. I follow you on WNPV in Lansdale. Listen, you mentioned very briefly, you interjected, you said, how about pasta when you were discussing, when you were in your discussion a few minutes ago? Well, I'm a type 2 diabetic, and more than one doctor has told me, stay away from pasta. Your body turns it into sugar, and that's bad for you.
Okay. Pasta.
I just wanted to interject that myself.
Well, let's talk about it. I think that's...
Pasta isn't the only thing that does that. Any starch, mashed potatoes will do it, too.
Well, if you read Dr. Michael Greger, Dr. Esselstyn, and others, they'll tell you that starchy vegetables are very good for you. How about that? Let me just mention this. Pasta has come a long way. Remember that cigarette commercial? You come a long way, baby. Well, pasta's come a long way, baby. Let me tell you. They now have whole grain pasta. And I'm not whole wheat, whole grain pasta. Okay. That is, I would advocate eating. I eat that. They have it in linguine. You can get it in linguine. You can get it in rigatonis. You can get it. And if you go into Whole Foods or Sprouts or any of these big health stores, you can get whole grain pasta, which contains a lot of fiber. I would, from a nutritional standpoint, I think that's a smart move. Let me get what my guest thinks. What do you think about that, Ms. Ostrander?
Well, I agree with you in terms of eating whole grains and having fiber, and the fiber will definitely help control the raise in blood sugar that he's talking about, for sure. I think that's that definitely has some relevance. It depends on how severe somebody's type 2 diabetes is. It depends on whether or not they have it under control with medication. In addition, a very big part of that is how active you are. So if you're somebody that has type 2 diabetes and you're inactive, then having pasta or starchy vegetables of any kind is not a good idea.
Al, are you someplace where you can write? Do you have a pencil and paper?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I do have a pencil and paper.
Here's the name of the author, and here's the name of the book. Dr. Neil Barnard, Barnard.
Okay.
How to Prevent and Reverse Diabetes, Type 2 Diabetes, or some such title. How to Prevent and Reverse Diabetes.
All right.
I have a copy of that book. I would highly recommend that you read it. You might be surprised as to what he says your diet should be, of which it should be constituted.
All right.
And if you get a hold of it and you start to read it, I would like to hear your reaction to it and what you think. If you could call me back and let me know.
I will do that.
You will serve yourself very well by reading him, going online, trying to find his website. If you're on Facebook, like his page so you can get linked in. He's been very good at helping patients with type 2 diabetes.
All right, doctor. I will continue listening every day. I really enjoy your program. It's very educational.
Well, thank you so much. I'm humbled by that, and we appreciate your listenership, and you're exactly the reason why listeners such as yourself, why we do the show, because we are trying to educate, empower, and is also entertained. So
I might add, Doctor, that
Yes.
you're always in my prayers for your health.
Oh, wow.
So God bless you.
Oh, thank
and thank you very much for the advice.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. So, Dominique, type 2 diabetes is very problematic for people, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, it's hard for them nutritionally. Yeah. They got it. I don't know. I just don't line up with the banishment of carbohydrate from the diet.
I don't agree. I agree with you. I don't line up with that either. And I agree with the recommendation for, incorporating whole grains and fiber. But really, it is dependent upon how controlled somebody's type 2 diabetes is.
I agree.
And how active they are.
I agree.
So if they happen to be obese and have type 2 diabetes where activity level is at a very minimum, then incorporating carbohydrates is not a good idea, my opinion.
Okay. Well, we'll see what Al finds out when he reads Dr. Neil Barnard, How to Reverse and Prevent Type 2 Diabetes or Diabetes. It's an interesting book. Please visit jarrowformulas.com. Learn about their new plant-based proteins. They have wonderful whey-based protein products. Today we were exploring this concept of animal protein versus plant protein. Let's go to Tampa, Florida. Riley, what's the answer? How many calories per gram of protein, Riley?
Is it 4?
Ding, 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 ding. We got a winner.
I love Jarrow formulas. Oh, my goodness. I started on the bone broth recently.
Oh, you like their bone broth? Oh, you like their bone broth, huh?
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Outstanding. You got all your firecrackers light up for 4th of July? No?
Well, probably it's going to be raining, so that's my firecrackers over
Yeah,
there.
well, keep your powder dry, okay?
Yes, and God bless you. Like the gentleman before me said, I'm always keeping you in my prayers as well.
How can I go wrong with so many people praying for me? I love it. Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem. You stay safe.
I will. Dominique, you and your family enjoy your 4th of July.
Thank you very much, Michael. Have a great afternoon today.
Thank you.
Doc, you have a good 4th of July.
You too, Gary and Stephen. Everybody, keep your powder dry. Enjoy the 4th of July. I'm going to see you. That's on Tuesday, yeah?
Yep.
I'll be here Monday.
Yeah,
We're going to show up with cherry bombs, Roman candles. Your health is your wealth.